Hi, my name is Jody and I accumulate stuff.
Hi, Jody.
Are you considering moving into a different and possibly much smaller home? When you look around, does it get overwhelming because you've accumulated so much stuff? Hi there, welcome back to At Home with Jody. I'm Jody Whitehurst, a licensed real estate broker in Apex, North Carolina, helping you with your home buying and selling needs in the entire greater Raleigh area. If there's anything I can help you with, please contact me. My information is at the end of this video and in the description below. I am a retailer's dream client. If you tell me that it's going to eliminate wrinkles, I'm going to try it. If you tell me that headband that they swear reduces the ringing in your ears, yep, I bought it. Neck tension reducers, foot massagers, mold cleaners. If someone swears to me in a Facebook ad that it is the best thing ever and that it works, yep, I've tried it.
You want thingamabobs? I got 20.
Now, most of me doesn't believe these ads because honestly, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But there's a small part of me that is just like, well, why not? Let me try it. Because hey, if that's the one thing that works to eliminate crow's feet or takes the mold out of the corners of my bathroom, I'm gonna give it a shot because they swear it works. Now, 9 times out of 10, no, mostly 10 times out of 10, it doesn't work. And then just like everything else that I've purchased, it ends up lying around and cluttering up the house. But then I don't want to throw it away because I just spent all of my hard-earned money on it, and part of me doesn't want to just throw it in the trash and add to a landfill. But then the clutter, all of the stuff in piles, all of the stuff crammed in my drawers where it's hidden, it makes me anxious.
That's the meaning of life. Trying to find a place to keep your stuff.
I'm being completely transparent here. These are actual drawers and my nightstand and my dresser top in my house. And I know I'm not the only one with this problem. Based on a Storage Cafe survey of about 17,000 people, 54% of Gen Xers and 51% of baby boomers have storage units to house the overflow of their stuff because it won't all fit in their house. Today, we're going to be tackling something that is probably long overdue, decluttering. As I'm a realtor, this could be with the intention of downsizing or moving to a new house, but it doesn't have to be. In reality, so many of us, including me, need to declutter even if we're not moving. The irony is that we spend the entire first half of our life collecting stuff. We maybe grow in the size of our houses and our family, and we just accumulate more and more to fit the space that we're in. But then we spend the second half of our life trying to figure out what to do with it all. Moving is the perfect time to declutter. Don't move anything that you don't have to. It costs money to move things if we really don't need to be moving them. And if you're downsizing, purging just may be a necessity. You may not have as much space in your new place. You won't be able to fit everything. But if you just want to declutter, or if you are moving into a new or even larger space, decluttering and purging yourself of all of these accumulated items is freeing. So how do you go about decluttering and purging 10, 20, 30, even 40 years of stuff, one room at a time? My husband and I recently updated our kitchen and we lived out of boxes for weeks. And when it came time to unpack the boxes and restock the cabinets, we purged items that had been hidden in the back of the cabinets, expired food items and appliances and utensils that we didn't know we had anymore or that we rarely used. And so we donated them, we threw them away. It was liberating and freeing and exciting. So where should you start? Start with the messiest room. Start with the most daunting, because if you can get through that, it will have been the biggest project. And when you're done, it will give you the motivation to tackle the next space. Go ahead and just start with one room. Take a before and after photo. And then when you're done, give yourself a huge pat on the back for what you've just accomplished. So now the question is, how do you start? It really comes down to mindset. You have to want to declutter. Trust me, I know it's hard. I'm there with you. I'm at the point where I am going to use this video to declutter my own house. Every item has a story or a memory attached to it, or you might be in the mindset of, well, I'll probably use that one day. Oh hey, look, it's the vase from Aunt Carol's third wedding. And hey, it's okay to be sentimental about things, but just keep in mind that the memories don't live in the stuff, they live in our hearts and our minds. And let's be honest, you probably didn't even remember you had half of this stuff when you began this decluttering project, did you? Did you? And maybe you think that your kids are going to want your things one day. They won't. They may want one or two things to remember you by, but they're going to have their own stuff. Plus, they're going to have different styles and tastes, and your styles and tastes probably aren't theirs. And as you well know, the prospect of decluttering can be stressful and overwhelming. Don't leave that monumental task to your kids. Just get it done now. Do it for you. And if some of the stuff is your kids' stuff, here's a hot tip. If you're drowning in stuff that your kids left behind, I like to play a game called Come Get Your Stuff. Hey, sweetie, remember that box of trophies that you left in the attic? Yeah, if you want them, you need to come get them because the donation truck is coming on Thursday. Okay, love you, bye. Give them a deadline to take their treasures or it's going in the donate pile. You'd be surprised how quickly they probably will show up. And they think that their high school yearbooks or their baseball collection that they took so many years to collect are going to be donated. So here's where the magic happens, is these 4 boxes. 1 box for things that you're keeping, essentials, or things that bring you joy. Do you use them every day? Have you used it in the last 2 or 3 years? Is it an heirloom and something super meaningful to you? Books? Are you going to read it a second time? Clothes? When was the last time you wore that? Did you even remember that you had it? Do you even like it or need it? If not, then why are you keeping it? We have to stop with the I might wear it, I might need it, I might use it someday mentality. A second box for donating, things that you probably won't miss. Third is the trash box, and you know what that means. And finally, we have the sell box. And the sell box is kind of tricky. A lot of us think that we're going to make a lot of money by selling our items on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. But let me ask you this. First, are you actually going to do it? If you are, then research what things have sold for. Not what they're listed for, but what they've actually sold for. If it turns out that you're only going to make a couple of dollars after buying envelopes or boxes and bubble wrap and postage and gas to get to the post office, is it really worth it? We're trying to purge here, so maybe that ugly Christmas sweater ends up going into the donation pile instead of trying to sell it for a few dollars. Now, if you have a lot of things to sell, maybe valuable things like furniture or heirlooms and antiques, maybe you consider having an estate sale or auction. Just know that estate companies typically charge 30 to 40% of what you would make, plus they have a gross sales minimum. And you have people tromping through your house and looking through your things. Is that okay with you? If it is, and you have enough to sell to make it worth it for you, I'm putting the contact information for a couple of reputable estate companies in the Raleigh area in the description below. If you're moving, how much space are you moving into? Will there be fewer bedrooms, less room for a dedicated office or a dedicated workout room? Will you have a large lawn at your new place? Will you need all of those yard tools? You need to figure out what will fit in your new space. Do you have a floor plan of your new home? That can be super helpful. What activities bring you joy? Do you love to cook? Then maybe you keep more of your cooking utensils and appliances than someone who rarely cooks. Do you love to read and having a home library just brings you a sense of peace and joy? Well, then maybe you keep more books than someone who never reads. This is all a completely individual journey. And just know that this might be a slow process. It has taken you years to accumulate all this stuff, and it's gonna take some time to go through it all. If possible, give yourself more than you need, and I'm talking years. If you've just had the very first thought of maybe that at some point you would want to live in a 55 and up community, or that you might eventually need to be in an assisted living community, then start now. Work through one room at a time when there is no hurry and no pressure. If that's just not possible and you have a really tight time frame that you have to work in, you can do it. You're just gonna have to do it faster. It may seem daunting, but maybe you find a partner to keep you accountable. You've got this. When asked how they feel, people who have recently decluttered tend to use words like unburdened, lighter, freer, relieved. They wish they had done it sooner. Not only will you feel lighter and freer, but uncluttered homes tend to sell for more money in a faster time frame. Now that's a win-win. I hope that this is helping you a bit. If it is, like this video and please hit the bell and the subscribe button to be notified when I put out future videos just like this. And tell me in the comments below, what is holding you back from starting the decluttering process? Or if you have decluttered a room or two, how do you feel? Once you've cleared all the clutter, take a moment to bask in the glory of all of your newfound space. Look around. You see that? You can actually find things now. And here's the best part. Less stuff means less stress. Your home isn't a storage unit, it's a sanctuary. So reward yourself, you've earned it. Sit back and enjoy a nice glass of wine, or in my case, a mug of hot apple cider. You've earned it. So empty nesters and downsizers of the greater Raleigh area, if you're feeling overwhelmed with all the stuff that you've accumulated over the years, just know that you're not alone. It's never too late to reclaim your space and simplify your life. You don't have to be a minimalist and get rid of everything. Just get rid of what's not needed. And when you're ready for that next big step, whether it's selling, buying, or just dreaming about downsizing, I'm here to help. Be sure to check out the description below for helpful links, and don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you want to see the decluttering process in action, please watch on.